You are the one they call. When something goes wrong in someone's life, your number is the one they dial. You are the one who shows up. The one who knows exactly what to say when everyone else is falling apart. The one who holds everything together when the world around you is unraveling. You are, as far as everyone around you is concerned, completely fine. But you are not fine. You are exhausted in a way that is very difficult to explain to people who have never felt it. You are tired of being strong. You are tired of being the one who manages everyone else's emotions while yours sit quietly in a box labeled later, a box you have not opened in a very long time. And nobody asks. Nobody thinks to ask. Because you are the strong one. And strong ones are always fine. This video is for you. There is a particular kind of loneliness that comes from being the strong one. It is invisible to everyone around you because you have learned to hide it so completely. You have practiced. You have gotten extraordinarily good at it. Most people who carry this role did not choose it consciously. It was assigned to them, by circumstance, by family dynamics, by being the oldest, the most capable, or the one who figured out early that someone needed to hold things together and nobody else was going to do it. Maybe you grew up in a home where one of your parents was struggling, emotionally, financially, mentally, and without anyone asking you to, you became the stable one. The one who did not add to the chaos. The one who figured things out quietly and alone. Or maybe it happened gradually in your friendships and relationships. People discovered that you were safe. That you could hold their pain without falling apart. That you always knew what to say. And slowly, without realizing it, you became everyone's emotional landing place. And you are good at it. That is the cruel irony of this role. You are genuinely, remarkably good at holding space for other people's pain. But that gift, that extraordinary capacity to be steady for others, came at a cost that nobody ever acknowledged. Somewhere along the way you stopped being steady for yourself. You stopped checking in with yourself the way you check in with everyone else. The mental load of being the strong one is real. And it has a very specific weight. You carry your own pain in addition to everyone else's. You give comfort but rarely receive it. You process other people's crises while putting your own feelings in that box labeled later. You show up for everyone, and then you go home and sit alone with everything you have been carrying all day with nowhere to put it. Over time this creates what psychologists call compassion fatigue. And compassion fatigue is not a sign of weakness or of loving people any less. It is what happens when you give your empathy and emotional energy consistently outward, without any coming back in, for long enough. Your emotional reserves get depleted the same way a bank account does. Every time you show up for someone, every time you hold space for someone else's crisis, every time you suppress your own needs to manage someone else's feelings, a withdrawal is made. And if those withdrawals are never matched by deposits, by rest, by being received, by someone showing up for you, eventually the account runs dry. And running on an empty emotional account looks like numbness. Irritability that surprises you. A sense of not caring anymore about things you used to care deeply about. Difficulty being present even with the people you love most. Going through the motions of your own life without really being in it. This is not who you are. This is what depletion looks like in a person who has been giving everything they have for a very long time without replenishment. It is worth understanding for a moment why you became this person. Because it did not happen by accident. For most strong ones the role began as a survival strategy. Being the stable one, the capable one, the one who did not fall apart, kept things safe. It kept the peace. It earned love and approval. It made you valuable. And being valuable felt safer than being vulnerable. So you learned to need less. To feel less, or at least to show less. To manage your emotions privately so they did not become anyone else's problem. And the world rewarded you for it. People called you mature. Reliable. A rock. And those words felt good. They still do sometimes. But underneath them is a question you have probably never let yourself ask out loud. Who shows up for me? Who holds space for me the way I hold it for everyone else? Who do I call when I am the one falling apart? If you are sitting with that question and struggling to find an answer, that is not a small thing. That is important information about what is missing in your life. And it is something that can change. So what do you actually do with all of this? Step 1. Give yourself permission to need things. I know that sounds almost absurdly simple. But for people who have spent years being the strong one, it is genuinely one of the hardest things. Needing things feels vulnerable. It feels like placing a burden on someone. It feels like letting people see that you are not as together as they think you are. But here is the truth, needing things is not weakness. It is not failure. It is humanity. And you are allowed to be human. You have always been allowed to be human. Nobody gave you a choice about becoming the strong one, but you get to choose now what kind of life you build from here. Start small. The next time someone asks how you are doing, try answering honestly. Not the full story if you are not ready for that. But something real. Something true. Just once. See what happens when you let one person actually see you. Step 2. Find one person you can be fully honest with. Not the version of you that has it together. The full version. One person, a therapist, a close friend, a partner, a sibling, anyone, with whom you do not have to perform strength. One safe place where you can put the box down and just be tired for a moment without someone needing you to immediately be okay again. You do not need many people like this. You need one. Just one person who asks how you are and actually waits for the real answer. One person who can hold your pain the way you have been holding everyone else's. If you do not have that person in your life right now, finding them is not a luxury. It is not something to do someday when things settle down. It is part of taking care of yourself. Consider therapy. Consider being more honest with a friend you already trust. Consider letting someone in who has been trying to get closer but you have been keeping at arm's length because being seen feels too risky. Step 3. Practice receiving. This is the hardest one for people in this role. When someone offers to help, say yes. When someone asks how you are actually doing, try answering honestly. Let someone carry something for you. Let yourself be seen struggling. Let yourself receive what you have been giving to everyone else for so long. Receiving is a skill. And like all skills, it feels awkward at first. You will want to deflect. You will want to say no thank you, I am fine. You will feel uncomfortable being on the receiving end of care. Do it anyway. Start small. Say yes to one small offer of help this week. That is enough to begin. Step 4. Reach out before you hit zero. The strong one almost always waits until they have completely hit a wall before they ask for anything. By then the depletion is severe and recovery takes much longer. Start checking in with yourself regularly. Ask yourself, what is my emotional energy level right now? And when it drops below 50%, reach out. Do not wait for zero. You would never let your phone die completely before you charged it. Treat yourself with the same basic care. Being the strong one is a gift. Your ability to show up for people, to hold space, to stay steady when everything is shaking, that is a remarkable and beautiful thing. Do not let anything I have said today make you feel like that quality is a problem. It is not. But it is not your entire identity. You are a whole person, with needs, with limits, with an interior life that deserves as much attention and care as everyone else's. And the people in your life who truly love you? They would want to know when you are struggling. They would want the chance to show up for you the way you have always shown up for them. Let them. You are not a support system. You are not a service. You are a person. A whole, complex, feeling, needing, deserving person. Please remember that. If someone in your life needs to hear this today, please send this video to them. You know exactly who that person is. And subscribe. Tomorrow is our final video of the week and it might be the most important one yet. Thank you so much for being here. Take care of yourself tonight. You deserve it more than you know.